Got to say who gonna pitch. We're back. We're back, people. We're back live. The Two Alphas Talk. And this time we're going to talk about the 1911. And if you got one, we can talk about it. If you don't, dream about it. And we'll see you when you get back. All right, we're back, people. We see you, WK over there, the big shooter over there on Rumble. Thank you. And now I see you over here, my man, on YouTube. So thank you for the support, and really appreciate you, man. And before we go any farther, we're gonna go ahead and thank the lovely sponsors. I'm forgetting what I'm doing right now, and get my stuff together here. And thank the sponsors, and we got some stuff that's coming up too. And so we can give you guys some updates and some things we got going on. Mm-hmm. All right. And before we do that, Right to Bears right on the front page of that, please go ahead and click on that sign up, and it will take you to the page where you can look at the features and the support and everything that this program carries. It's not a firearms. What do they say?
Plan, not insurance.
Yeah, it's a protection plan, not insurance. So it civil and criminal defense unlimited. So psychological support, expert witness coverage. So they'll talk on your behalf if you're involved in fist fights, use a blunt object, or even a firearm. And also firearm safety defense training and education for you and your family if you need it. They got a quarterly newsletter and a bunch of other discounts to partners in industry that you can use along with these guys. And you can just go to their website once you sign up, and you can use all those discounts and stuff. And if you use the word SABER, it's right there on the front, you can save you $2 a month off the initial monthly premium. And so check it out, sign up, and get protected, because 2024 is right around the corner, and some things are in the mix.
Things are changing.
Yeah, yeah, they're changing fast. Mm-hmm. So go to the top, click on the classes, and there you go.
Yep. We started that, that's one-on-one. It made it big.
Right? Yeah, we did.
Other people doing it, but we were the first ones out there pushing our same price for one-on-one training as you would if you were in a group of 15. So what we do is we bring you out there and we meet you at your level, and then we try to push you forward and give you the tools to empower yourself in order for you to continue even when you're not with us. Any of the topics that you see here, we can bring out for you if you have a small group or even an individual. You want to work on a shotgun, let us know. We'll get the shotguns out. You want to work with a semi-automatic rifle for self-defense, home defense, all that stuff. We'll give you all the clues and make you a better shooter each and every time we meet out there with you. Go down a little bit. We have dates coming up for the new year.
One's already here. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yep. So we have, which one is September 29th, the Stop the Bleed. That's 2024. It's kind of weird. What's up, 702? Stop the Bleed, the medical and rifle battle class is a good class. As we always say, it's good to understand how to stop the bleed. Not necessarily always for gunshot wounds, but for triaging all incidents that somebody may have fallen down, car accident, things like that. You're the first person on the scene. You're out in the woods with family and you're on a hike or something and somebody falls down. Good information to know how to keep people from going into shock. Rifle and PCC class, again, it's self-explanatory, but we'll show you how to, and Al always says he'll show you how to run a rifle like a pistol, a long gun like a pistol. The rifle and tactical gear cast, that's the end of the year, and that will be 6 people at the max,
Mm-hmm.
and run you through mostly here. Mostly here. You have to be an intermediate shooter or better, meaning that if your gun experiences any type of stoppage, that you're able to clear it and keep moving. Be able to load and reload your magazines into your
But
rifle as well as load them up.
without any assistance from anybody. So,
Yep.
and
It's not
also too,
marksmanship. One of the things one of the guys was saying, he didn't pay no attention to my target. It's not about marksmanship.
no,
It's about thinking.
yeah, I give a damn about marksmanship at that point. We're putting too many rounds down range to learn about marksmanship. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So, the meet and greet is open. April 21st. This time it's going. That's on a Sunday, and this at South River Gun Club, and it's got 300 rounds, and it's going to be rifles only. So it'll cost you $30 a person, and we're going to be out there all day from 10 to 5, and we're going to be running through a bunch of different scenarios. And these scenarios are going to be we're going to run those. I got to update and take the Pro 2A tactical out of there, and because they're not coming this time, and they didn't come last time, and so I edit it, and it'll look good next time. And we're gonna run those rifles like we run pistols. So be prepared to learn something new. If you're a beginner and you just bought your rifle and it's first time shooting it, come on out. We'll get you through it and you'll have a lot of fun. If you have an optic on there and you haven't zeroed it, we're gonna take it off. You need to go out and buy you some iron sights and put on there because we're not gonna have time to be
Right.
zero on optics. And if you want your optic zero and get your rifles and stuff together, you need to sign up for a 101 class,
Hmm.
and so we can zero your gear out and
Yes, we will.
get everything ready for you. Don't come out to that meet and greet looking to zero and do all this other stuff because I'm gonna send you away. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
just not. We don't have the time.
No, don't have the time. Be doing all that. You know, we'll probably close the doors between how many people that can come out between 15 and 20 people. So it depends on. We always look at who's coming out and how many beginners and how such. Then if we got a lot of beginners, we'll cut it off at 15. We got a lot of experienced people, we'll cut it off at close to 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the way we look at it. And we'll have plenty of instructors out there to help out and safeties. And but if you guys want to come out, mark that on your calendar, April 21st of 2024, if we're still around.
Hmm.
So, hopefully we're not eating a mushroom cloud. And click on the laser engraving. You can watch the video on leather patches, make plaques, magazines, and all types of other novelty stuff. You got anything you want done besides a firearm? Uh, go ahead and email me at saberteamtactical@gmail.com, and we can talk. All right. Let's
Hmm.
see. I think that's it. We're also, what's up, 702? How you doing? Thank you for supporting the show. Appreciate you coming on tonight. Also, too, we're on YouTube Live. We're on Rumble Live. We're on Twitch Live, and we still are on Kick Live. I'm so I'm so nobody's watching us on Kick. We're just broadcasting. It's actually pretty funny,
Yep.
see how long we can do it.
Hmm.
But you guys on YouTube and Rumble, please give us a thumbs up on the
Yeah.
show and share the show. And if you want to go ahead and you got after comments, there's a lot of you guys be giving us some after comments on YouTube. That's fine. Go ahead. I answer them. You know what I'm saying? And if you want us to talk about a show, put them in the comments, and we can also talk about that in the next show date. If you want us to talk about a subject.
Right. And we had a good boost last week for some reason.
Oh yeah,
That
Rumble
was.
went crazy
Hmm.
on our last show on and a little bit on YouTube too. And it was amazing. And we was just talking about I don't know what we were talking about. To tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Assembling a rifle, is it better to assemble than or to buy one
Yep.
from a reputable dealer? So some people found that's a very good subject. So
What's
we'll
up,
try to
Clubhouse?
do what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's that? Oh, hey, what's
Strap
up,
house.
man? Strap House, what's happening, man? How you doing? Appreciate you coming on. And
Mm-mm.
I see you got some things going on in the works. You had all these gun shops and stuff that's going on. So we probably need to bring you on the show one of these days and have you talk about some of the industry stuff that's going on. And is the industry
Mm-hmm.
ready for this new price change? And that's happening. That's getting ready to
Well, it's
happen.
not ready, but it's gonna happen.
Oh, he said, "Oh, okay. This is what they're saying. Rumble won't let them. Won't. 702 said Rumble won't let me comment. Interesting. Um, you probably got to get an account through Rumble, and you'll probably have access to comment that way. But if you're watching the show through Rumble on its own, just like you watch YouTube, but even YouTube, you got to have an account even in order to comment. Um, so if you can get an account with Rumble, you can be able to comment. And the topic tonight is the 1911 and 45 ACP. And will this gun disappear from our history? And this gun's been around a long time. Fought,
112 years.
yeah, 112 years, and fought in several wars. Oh, he said he does have an account, so Rumble don't like you. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know.
There's two things too. I just went there. Sometimes there's two different accounts that we have.
Hmm.
So maybe
Oh
just
yeah,
like
there is two different accounts. I'm only watching the live stream on the one account. How are you following the Two Alphas Talk account on Rumble? If and hopefully you are. And
right.
because I see Al just comment and
Mm-hmm.
Big Shooter, and I know I can comment on it. And
Yeah, I was just testing it to see what
yeah,
that was
you
all
got to
about.
go into when the show comes up. Don't click on the comments. You got to click on the live chat. And if you click on the live chat and Rumble, you can be able to comment in the live chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he said yes, he is. Oh, okay. Hmm.
Do like IT does. Turn it off and turn it back on.
Because I'm watching the live chat right now. That's how I'm watching. So, 1911.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Iconic.
yeah, the beast.
45 caliber bullet.
Right.
It also comes in 10 millimeter. It also comes in 38
I,
Super. It also comes in 9 millimeter. But I think
and
I've even
22,
seen it as
22 too.
down, yeah, and
Yeah,
380.
yeah, 380.
But
Yeah.
the 45 caliber ACP is a 1911. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
was designed for. Ball
And it's
ammunition too.
right. Good
Yeah.
shooting round. Expensive, 47 cents a round. You
Mm-hmm.
can still find it. And to my surprise, after today, I just realized I have a whole bunch of them.
More than a bunch of it.
More than enough. I thought I was
Mm-hmm.
short. And apparently I have been stocking up for some time now. There we go. WK said the 1911 45 ACP will never go away. It is what all semi-automatic pistols are based on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
It's the
he is
original.
right.
It's the
He is
original.
right.
So
Un-
1911, and then what was the next one? Ruger. I mean the Luger. I said Ruger.
Go to
Luger.
Luger. Um,
It's the old one too. There was the
yeah.
1911 first, and then the semi-automatics. But the other thing is, as to add on to what WK said, most triggers, most people, when they say they have a nice trigger or they like this trigger over the next trigger, they're comparing it based upon a 1911 trigger.
Hmm.
Everybody.
Everything's
Mm-hmm.
compared on the 1911.
Right.
Yeah. The action, the slide, the accuracy was all based on 1911.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of military and law enforcement carried 1911 for years. You know,
Yeah.
um, I even carried one for a while. You know what I'm saying?
I think we've all tried it. I
Yeah.
I did it maybe. I'll give it a good year. I
Feel
tried
like
it.
walking around with a sledgehammer on your hip.
That well, I had a commander, and it was the only one I had issues with was mentally checking on the gun
Hmm.
because it's locked and cocked.
The WK said John M. Browning was eons ahead of the world when he invented the 1911 pistol and the 45 ACP round. And he also built the 50 cal machine gun too.
No
And
doubt,
also
yes.
the Browning machine gun. He
Hmm.
built a lot of different things. I mean, that was in our arsenal all the way up to after World War II. The two oldest guns, the oldest guns is still being used in today's military is the Browning 50 cal, you
Hmm.
know, and um, then they have the 1911 was being used all the way up to I think after
85.
85, yeah,
Hmm.
something around there. And
1985, and it's still being used in certain specialties, special
mhm,
units.
yeah,
And even some police departments they have them.
the only problem with the 1911 is the round count.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you can get the extended magazine, that what's who invented that one? The extended the 10
10
the
round, yeah.
9 round, yeah, the
Well, they moved it up now, so almost standard now is 8 round magazines, which is a plus one from the original seven.
mhm,
But still, in modern day, most people want 10 to 15 rounds just for a carry gun.
right. Me myself in the 80s, I thought the 1911s was junk
Mm.
because they always jam, and I have went through. I think it was like 5 different versions of 1911s, buying
Hmm.
from different companies. People saying, "Do you need this one? This one to work? This one work?" And when you try it, it turned into a Jam-O-Matic. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the original Jam-O-Matic because it was the
Yeah.
original semi-auto.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the other thing about it, it was originally designed behind ball ammunition, not hollow points. So when the
Yeah.
modern bullet and people started going to hollow points, that if you look at the magazine has a round front. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
have that square truncated bullet that looks like what you get from hollow point bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't designed for that.
Yeah. And 702 said the double stack 1911 fixed the round count issue. Yeah. It
There's no
made
such thing. 702,
what's that?
1911 and a double stack is a 2011. See?
2011.
Yep, I'm gonna give it to him because
Right.
if we get some purists on there, and WK probably could stand in for the purists, he could defend it for that in that position because I know him and I know his knowledge about this gun. But the thing is, a lot of people get offended because the 1911 and 2011 are two separate entities, even though they're the same design, a similar design.
Mm-hmm. It's a
Yeah, and
modification.
yep,
It's not
to
the
a double
original
stack.
gun.
Man, I have
Right.
heard some
Not the
guys get
original gun.
mad when
Yeah.
you say this what 702 just said, and
See,
they get
WK
upset. They
said,
see,
yep. Yep. He agreed. Yeah.
and they're like, "That's two separate guns, buddy." And then, especially for example, the Staccato, the Prodigy, and there's another one that's out there.
They're all
That
based
people,
on the 1911.
they're all based on 1911, but they're double
Yeah.
stacked 9 millimeters for one, and then
Mm-hmm.
they're also um, a little bit shorter, but like in the commander length. But at the same time, most people don't see them as 1911s, but they work
Mm-hmm.
on the same principle, the single action guns.
Right.
And
Yeah.
those triggers are so crisp because when you think about it, like a Glock, the trigger does this, goes down and down, right? The 1911 is the only one that goes right into the frame. When you pull the trigger on the 1911, you're pulling it right into the frame. There's no pendulum effect on it.
Right. Okay. He said
2311s.
copyright violation and it said 2311.
That's the future.
Yeah, that's the future. Yeah.
That's the future.
So yeah, when they designed the double stack, they had to come out with a new patent for the 1911, and
Hmm.
that's what made it a whole new gun.
Right.
Yeah,
And
because everybody was just doing the single stack with the 1911. They can call it actually a 1911
hmm
because they're using the same patent that originally was off of Browning, and everything is exactly the same.
hmm
So WK said there were some 1911s made in double stack para ordnance. Yep, I remember para ordnance and Kimber custom Palmer.
Mm.
Yeah, para ordnance was crap. You know, that was a horrible gun. The para ordnance. It came out. It was cheap. It was you pay half the price that a Smith and Wesson cost, but the damn gun wouldn't work. You had to change the barrel, you had to change the spring or polish and throat it, you know what I'm saying, in order for it to cycle rounds. It wouldn't cycle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you basically got a form, and then you had to get it to function by taking it to a gunsmith.
And it's gonna spend $200 or $300 more dollars. You might as well just bought the damn Smith and Wesson
Right.
in the beginning, because this thing is gonna nickel dime you to death. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And 702 said you can get the double stack 1911 and 45 from Rock Island.
So Rock Island, that was a point that I had down here, and later on in the conversation, but we could bring it up now. Do we have to buy a 1911 that's $1,500, or with one of the, like a Rock Island? What's the other guy? The company out of Philippines.
That's only one. This Rock Island.
They come out. There's
the T.
There's another
starts with T.
That's the TISA. That's somewhere else. But there's the Rock Island, and and long and short, cheap gun versus expensive gun. How about that?
Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't buy the. I've learned the hard way. Don't buy the cheap 1911s. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And you really, well, I ain't talking about cheap in price. I'm talking about cheap in manufacturers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then you can overspend money, like these cats was buying those Kimbers back in the 80s. And remember, the Kimber was what, $700-800 in the 80s. And guys was buying them, talking about this is a gun, but the damn thing still wouldn't feed, and it had a breakdown period, and it's like it was ridiculous. So you saw that in the chat, yeah, and so it's ridiculous. So yeah, I'm on Palmetto page right now looking for this double stack 1911. Let me see if I can find it. 1911 Rock Island. See if they still have this thing, because I don't remember seeing the double stack. I probably would have bought it. All right, so yeah, there it is right there. Now let's see the Rock Island. The only one they have in stock right now is the 16 round 10 millimeter. Yeah, and that's $600. $700. They do have the 10 rounder GI standard, but it's out of stock. Everything else is out of stock. Let me see if they did carry it at one time. Hold on. Yeah, they got the 17 rounder 9 millimeter. Yeah, the 14 rounder APC they used to have, the Rock Island Tactical Ultra, and it has no price tag. They don't even have it in stock, so it's a hard to find gun now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I was talking about was the Rock Island, and it's made by Armscar, or the same company.
Oh yeah, Armscar is the same company. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same company.
I mean, that's a pretty good gun.
Yeah.
And you're not spending an arm and a leg on it.
Yeah, and the magazines are very cheap to buy too. You can get them from Magazine Warehouse to CDNN. Yeah, and they have some specials on magazines right now. I mean, you can really clean up and getting some magazines, you know. So the double stack, I have a Glock 41, and man, I carried that thing for like 6 months, man. It was like carrying a damn safe on my hip. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many rounds, too much weight for that 45. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like the double stack. I liked the single stack, and So Strap House said, how do you guys feel about the 1911 and calibers other than 45? I have a 9mm 1911 Rock Island. I haven't shot it, still in the box. Probably not going to shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So um, then we have WK says, stay away from these cheap Turkish made 1911 pistols. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to get anything that's going to save you some money, the Rock Island is the gun to buy. I mean, it's straight out the box. It's a shooter. You know, I can contest to that. Al, he knows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shooter. It is a shooter. I mean, I've never seen a 45 that I can take straight out the box and just run some rounds through it and just go nuts with this gun and not have one malfunction. Not one.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's where, here we go, WK, ready? That's where the TSAS comes in as well, because it's a Turkish-made firearm. But I've heard nothing, and I haven't shot one, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, as far as like the quality and the price point.
Yeah, but it is a Turkish gun now, and so everybody know Turkey is in bed with Hamas right now. So
businessmen.
Yeah, but they're still in bed with Hamas, and so you got to look at Turkish guns that's coming from Turkey right now. How do you know if the guns that they're selling to the United States is not made with inferior metals? You know what I'm saying? You don't know. And if you got to get them repaired, you're not going to get them repair parts because they're presenting all their guns toward Hamas, and they're fighting a war with the United States.
They're out of Nevada. They're TSAS America.
Oh, TSAS. I thought you were talking about the Turkish plant. Yeah.
No, TSAS USA is in Nevada.
Oh, okay. That's different. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. So
they're still Turkish.
They're still Turkish. They're probably getting their parts from Turkey, huh? Hold on. The TSA are made in lower quality metal. Cheap pieces.
I told him hold on to his hat. I'll give him. I'm gonna lost a softball.
It's cheap, so probably, and that's you gotta remember. Let's see, I've shot a few TSAs 1911s and they ran well.
See,
but did you do a torture? But did you do a torture test with them?
Okay,
and that's what it comes down to.
We're talking about range plinkers, bro. We're not talking about kicking somebody's door in with these guns.
If you're gonna carry a gun, you got to.
Nobody said nothing about carrying. Man, I told you I carried a 1911 for a little while, and then I remembered
I did too.
It was a modern century, and I put it back in the safe. Yeah. I'll take it out of range.
Yeah,
I've ran it whole days on the range and shot hundreds and at least a couple hundred rounds of 45 ammunition.
So
no.
Air WK says the TSAs US is the importer. The TSA are all made in Turkey, so they just so they're still crap guns.
You guys, man, I'm telling you, man, you guys are like we should get that that little thing from the Muppet Show, and you two should be sitting in that in the top over here.
I still say Kimber is a piece of shit gun. Kimber, it's a piece of shit gun because everybody I know who bought a damn Kimber was a Jam-O-Matic. I used to see these guys bring them out to the range, and those damn things were not run. And when they contacted Kimber, Kimber said, shoot 1,000 rounds with it, then we'll talk. It has 1,000 round break-in period. It's like, come on, dude. How's your gun got 1,000 rounds? And these dudes was running around with these things on their hips, trying to shoot competition with these damn things, and they just jamming and carrying on. I was like, the first thing I asked them, how much you spend for that? Oh, it was a couple of $grand. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
they're not cheap.
What, dude? You're insane. Then you tell them to come to a pistol class, and you got to lay your gun on the ground. Those Kimber guys will not lay their guns on the ground at all.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
They're like, oh, I'm not laying this gun. Well, why you own it? So 702 said EAA Gerson.
Yeah.
Gerson.
That's a good one too. Never heard.
Okay.
Again, I haven't shot.
Are fine pistols also made in Turkey.
And guess what? They also have a lifetime service plan. Like you like that with the PSA.
Oh my God. Oh
I'm
my
looking on. I'm
God.
on their website right now,
Okay.
and I'm
So
telling you, I understand, but see, you gotta
it's
remember too that they've changed over the years.
mm-hmm. WK said TISA USA and SARs USA are importers.
SARS, yeah,
SARs, and none of
yeah,
these firearms are made in the United States. They're all
okay.
made.
Now, and maybe WK can shed some light on this. Remember that a lot of the contracts went during the war, World War II anyway, went to smaller companies, and a lot of those after the war, the 1911 design was given to other countries who became friends of ours, the smaller ones, and they made their own 19. I think that's one of the reasons why we see so many 1911 guns from different companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And Strap House says 1911 have a very high tolerance
Very tight.
and a tight tolerance,
Hmm.
and do need to be hand fitted to run well. The tight tolerance only came from the Series 70 frame. That's what the tight
Hmm.
tolerance came from. The original 1911, and I've shot them in the military. They are very sloppy and raggedy. You do not need a tight tolerance for the 1911 for it to run. But when they came out with the new Series 70 frame, that's when it got tight. And everybody thinking, well, I need my gun tight now. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's when we started having a lot of the jam problems because we used to take some of the old 1911s out of the armory and take them out to the range and shoot them. And these things were ancient, you know what I'm saying? And you hardly ever got any misfires with them.
Right.
You
So
know?
it sounds similar to that, like the AK design.
Yeah, like the AK designs, real loose, sloppy. You can shake it, and the damn thing be rattling. You know what I'm saying? It's
But didn't
like,
they also try to add some kind of safety feature in the 70 series?
well, you still have the grip safety,
It
the
was an
trigger.
internal one, if I remember, like one of those firing pin blocks. Because
Oh, they
it was,
did.
yeah, something you could remove from
I
that.
think WK might know
Yeah, that's why I'm throwing it
something
out
about
there.
that. Yeah.
But that
Uh,
next comment that he has is really,
okay.
you
All
see that
right.
one?
Okay. WK, I seen more Kimmer 1911 pistols with rusted barrels, i.e., new in the box.
Hmm.
They're not making their barrels with good material. Wow. If that's wow, that can cause a lot of misfires. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Hell,
Yeah.
imagine spending that kind of money and you take out a brand new gun and it's got rust on it.
Rust. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Only the 1911 made in other countries during World War II were Norway, Brazil, and Argentina. Now I know some of the Argentina 1911s were pretty good. I did know that for and I may be wrong, but I did read somewhere that Argentina 1911 was pretty good. So 702 said, okay, Colts are made in the United States.
That's mine.
Okay. And you have a Colt 1911?
Yep.
Okay. And were junk. Um, it took CZ to purchase them and turn them into good 1911s again.
Mine was
Well,
built in 1986, by the way.
right. So I can't say that about the 1911s because the 1911s they were in. You got to look at the original 1911 that was from Browning. They carried in World War II. The original 1911 from Browning was carried in the Korean conflict.
Hmm.
The original 1911 from Browning was carried in Vietnam.
But when you say
Okay.
Browning, Colt was the manufacturer.
Yeah,
Browning created it,
I'm
but
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about the design. The
mhm.
original design was in all those places and all those wars, and they did not have a lot of malfunctions and a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
But like what 702 says, those Colts, the modern Colt was really a while for almost 15 years, and then
mhm,
CZ took over and then didn't let it die. It's almost like what the topic for tonight is. They bought it, they resurrected that gun with
mhm.
better quality care and customer service.
Right, right. Got it. They made the tolerance tighter. They came out the Series 70 frame. Let me look up when the Series 70 frame came out. Because once that frame came out, that was that was a game changer for 1911.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? and that was a game changer. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can find any information. Oh. All right. So, oh, see if I can get some data on this. I don't see the history of it. It comes up everything but the history on that frame. There's a lot of, Series 70 frame came, I think it was the early 80s. A lot of people came out with it. 70s or 80s. Goat government. Remember, they called it Series 70s government.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when everybody, let me see if I can type in, see if we can get the history on it. Early 70s. Yeah. That's when it came out. Colt Series 70 model, 1911. It came out in the early 70s.
And that one kind of changed. Is that the one you're talking about with the tight tolerances too?
Yeah, it was tighter tolerance with the lower and the upper. Yeah. Yeah. And it's supposed to help, a lot of the jamming problems and accuracy. Because with a loose tolerance, you had your accuracy was a little bit off because the vibrations with the when the gun fires and the harmonics with the barrel and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people couldn't shoot the 45 and qualify with it.
See, that was another point I got. That was one of the reasons why you didn't see it as much later on. And when, bear with me, guys, but in the integration of the sexes with police and law enforcement, the 1911 didn't really win favor with smaller frame people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a lot of agencies stuck with the 38. And then when the 9mm showed up in the 90s, I'm sorry, in the 80s, that's when most of them jumped to that.
Mm-hmm. So WK said during World War II, 1911 was made by Colt and Ithaca, Remington Rand, and the rare Singer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Singer 1911s are very expensive.
The people that made the sewing machine.
Yeah, they made the sewing machine. That's right.
A lot of people might be watching and never heard of the sewing machine before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's see. Looking up. Yeah. So you're looking at the original 1911 went through. Actually, it was widely used in World War One, Korea, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and 1911 A1 was replaced by the 9mm Beretta in 1985. That's when they went to the Beretta out of the military. Mm-hmm. So that's when they retired it.
Yep. And back to the Series 70, it lasted from 1970 to 1983 in the government model and commander sizes.
Right. But it's been in so many wars. I mean,
good and bad.
Yeah. It's been in wars all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tons. It's been in at least 30 conflicts,
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a venerable, even to this day. I don't know about the 5-inch, but definitely the commander model. It's the same. It's on the same dimensions as a Glock 19.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hide it if you're, trying to be gentle here. If you're a man, you can hide a damn gun.
They even say Norenko was one of the manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In this country though.
And yeah, in the United States. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's iconic. Just to say the least, it's iconic, and I don't think it's ever going to go away.
No.
Even when people are afraid to shoot larger calibers like that, you see most people, especially new people, gravitating towards smaller guns. I mean, for whatever reason. And I think a lot of times people think smaller gun, easy to hide, easy to shoot, and it's not the case. But think about this. Back in 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, people learned to shoot 1911s without ever having shot something smaller. They didn't get to shoot a 38 then move up. They didn't get to shoot a 22 and then move up. They went straight to a 45 and learned how to shoot a firearm, a pistol.
Right. Because back then our military, the 45 was around. It was a knockdown round.
Mm-hmm.
You get hit with a 45, you're knocking down. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why the military adopted it after 1911, because the Navy and the Marine Corps adopted it in 1913. And I think the NRA, the NRA marksmanship program kicked off in 1912, even before, with the 1911, even before the military even got their hands on it. So it was way the military didn't actually adopt this thing all the way up to the what was it, 1917 or something like that. That's when it went to every branch, and then it started fighting in wars with it. You know what I'm saying? So
it was there in World War One.
Yeah, it was there in World War One. Sure was. Yeah, World War One, World War Two.
Like I said, and the rest of it. So, according to this, and this is, you reminded me of something when you said that, the civilian marksmanship program, and you can actually buy 1911 from them, government model, as well as I think they have. Let me check, make sure
they're not cheap.
Oh, they start at 1100.
Yeah,
and they go up to 1250.
Yeah,
depending on the quality.
Yeah. But the thing of it is, if you get one, you don't want to start refurbishing it, and because it might have a little history on it.
Yeah.
So so you can't actually do anything to it. You just gotta keep it the way it is.
But some of these guns, what you said, some of them are made by Ed Brown, some made by Wilson, some by Packmeyer, some of the parts from different places at the range grade. So the less money you pay, then it's kind of like a hodgepodge.
You're gonna get some crap. So the Colt Commander came out in 1949. This is civilian models. The Colt Government Mark V Series 70 came out in 1970 to 1983. The Colt Government Mark V Series 80s came out in 1983. Remember then, here's one everybody remember. This was an expensive gun. The Colt Gold Cup National Match 1911 Mark V Series 70, Mark V Series 80s. Oh, they don't have a date for those. Oh, but I guess that was another series that came out. Then the Colt
would have to be about 83, 84 because the other one ended.
I think 83. So. Yeah, hold on, 1980. Yeah, you was right. 1983 and 1996. There it is, right there.
Right.
Yeah. That's when a lot of the competition stuff was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, one of my mentors was a Bianchi Cup finalist, and he shot one of those gold cups.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was back, and this is in the 80s and the 90s, and he shot that thing was probably worth $2,500 back then.
That's a lot of money back then.
It was
for a pistol, man. I'm like, dude, I ain't spending that kind of money.
You trying to win or you not? You want to win?
I ain't trying to win.
You funny. This guy's funny, people. He's funny. Because I know him, but I'm not gonna bust him out. But I know him. He has a thing over there that he has to clean every time he looks at it. Every time he talks about it. If I mention that gun right now, he'd have to go clean it. I'm not gonna do that to him. But he got some nerve to say what he just said. And he rocks. You rack this way. You see that vein coming out top of his head. He's trying to hold it in. When you took that gun out, and all of a sudden, number one. People are like, "Man, you coming back next week?" And then, I'm not coming no more.
Right.
That gun. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's the only gun. That's the only gun I ever cleaned like that. And
yes, sir.
Besides my military M16 I carry, but that's the only gun I ever cleaned like that. And I hate cleaning guns, guys. I hate it with a passion. It is. Oh my God, I hate it.
Dremel, picks, special lubricants. Shit. Oh
Yep.
hell no.
I used to spend an hour on that gun, man. So WK said the Norenko 1911 were imported into the United States from China. All Norenko firearms were Chinese made. Yep, sure was. Better than Turkey. Because remember the Norenko, when they came out with the I remember when they came out with the 1911s. I wanted one so bad. And but the price is just out of my range back in the day. And remember what the also Norenko came out with the AKs. You know, what
They
was it?
also did a
Mac 90s.
M1. I want to say M1 or 14, one of those two. I when you said that, it kind of
Mhm.
trying to
And it
find
was
that.
there was some well-made stuff, and everybody wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Norenko was top of the line back then. You know what I'm saying? Every gun shop had some Norenko. Come get this Norenko. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
And she was gonna pay that Norenko price. You know what I'm saying? It was everybody was buying it, and I kind of kicked myself in the butt. I didn't buy no Norenko stuff. I should have. You know what I'm saying? But I just couldn't see throwing that kind of money back in the 80s on a gun. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, it was just too much. But yeah, the 1911s, they're here to stay. They'll never go anywhere. Now we have which is taking over the market is the hammerless guns.
The
You know what
striker
I'm saying? The
fires.
Striker Fire.
Mm.
Striker Fire is killed. Yep, the Mac 90s. There it is right there. Yep, the Renko Mac 90, AK 47, and the
M14.
M14. Yep,
Mm.
there it is right there. Those guns are rare as crap right now and expensive.
You know where you can find them?
Where?
Canada.
Yeah, man,
Canada has a. I was on a couple of forums years ago,
you
and
can't import nothing from there.
know that those guns, the not let me say not the AK, but the M4. So when he said the M14, that
Mm-hmm.
gun you can find in Canada, a lot of them
Mm.
by
But
Norinco.
yeah, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg to get it here.
No,
You
no, no,
know?
no, 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 no. I'm not saying like that.
Oh, okay. Trying to get it through customs and stuff.
Right, I agree with
Right.
that.
Yeah, yeah. You'd be damn sure flagged trying to get that through customs. You know, and um, yeah, I would love to have a Mac 90. I should have bought one back then. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to justify, like I said, buying those guns back then. You know, compared to today.
Yeah. So do we look at all 1911s and only accept the American ones, or is it a 1911 and you're in?
I say except the 1911 that works.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If it works and you're not having any problem, it's not a jam-o-matic. You know what I'm saying? If you take it out and you can't put a box of 50 rounds through it, and without it jamming, that's a good gun, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The only other problem is you got to keep it clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to keep it super clean. And 1911s, you got to rub on them every couple of days. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And but if it doesn't jam after a box of 50, but if it jams in the box of 50, hey, sell it. Get rid of it. Don't even try to work on it. Don't try a new spring. Don't try to rod and throat it. Sell it. Get rid of it. It's a lemon. You know what I'm saying? Don't even do it
Hmm.
because it's going to nickel and dime you to death. You're going to end up buying a new barrel. You're going to be throating and rodding. You're going to end up buying a new spring, putting that 20-pound spring on there instead of the stock spring, which is I think is 18 or something like that. And then you're going to end up having your trigger polish to get a smoother move on it because you're thinking that's the problem. It's not hitting the firing pin fast enough. You're just gonna get a lot of problems, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? Spending nickel and diming yourself with that 1911. Just sell it and get something else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My personal opinion is to get, and I got turned on by WK, and I went a little nuts with this when he turned me on to the Rock Island. I always wanted a Rock Island because I used to watch these guys shoot these Rock Island 1911s in these competitions. Straight out of the box, these guys used to shoot competition with these guys. They didn't do anything to them. They're straight out of the box, take them to a match, load them up, and shoot. And they will not get any malfunctions. not one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so when I saw that, I said, I said to myself, I gotta get me a 1911. And that was way before the pandemic. That was almost maybe about 8 years, 7 years ago. But I never got one. I just was too afraid to get another 1911. And I had a Colt 1911, and it was a Jam-O-Matic. I ended up selling it. And so I was planning on getting another one, but I was afraid to spend the money and get duped into buying some more junk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So WK turned me on to Rock Island. I always knew about Rock Island, but he vouched for it 100%. I got my first one, then I got two more of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing, I can pick that 1911 up out the box, and distance shooting is dead on. Close in shooting is dead. When I point to sights, man, that baby hits. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it shoots very well. You know?
So real quick, I found a TSOS
Mhm.
1911, and they call it a tanker, but it looks like this size of looks like full size. Let me see what the barrel. Commander length.
So what?
$339.
See, yeah, that's affordable. You know what I'm saying? That's affordable.
But y'all called it Turkish junk, man.
Yeah, I won't buy it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you that right now. I won't buy it. You know what I'm saying?
They said it's been a favorite in the United States for decades, and it's
I
compact
understand,
enough to
but
conceal, large enough to control, and powerful.
I'm not carrying
That's
it.
the selling
I'm not buying it.
points.
I'm not buying it. 702 said you got to keep them clean. Oil. Make sure that your magazines are good. Are in good to
Mhm.
great shape. Yeah, and you can buy magazines cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I think you can get magazines down to $11 a magazine. You know what I'm saying? So it's no excuse to have you some good magazines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just buy them in bulk and just keep them on hand. When one breaks, either toss it the broke one and replace it with a new one. So it's no excuse not to have good magazines nowadays. There's too many places
Whoa.
to sell them. Huh?
I don't know. I gotta keep going. I gotta look at this. See, this
What?
one right here, buddy, is called a polymer frame 1911.
I wouldn't buy that.
It's made
No,
by
no,
Rock
no,
River Arms.
no,
And
no.
I'm
I
looking
wouldn't.
at this thing
Mm-mm,
like, are you kidding
no,
me?
I would not buy that. With that kind of
Wow.
stress tolerance just coming on that gun, you know what I'm saying? Now, hold on.
Mhm.
Glock did build one.
Is that true, or is that some kind of fallacy?
What's
Because
that?
it said that it was just a what's that April Fools?
What? I have the
The,
Glock 41.
no, the 1911 Glock.
Oh, no, they don't have one.
Right, that's
Yeah,
what I was
they
thinking
don't
when
have
you were
one.
saying that.
Yeah, that's fake. They came out with the 41, and I think it's a couple other 45s that they came out with. And but they all look like Glocks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a 21 in a Glock 21,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's a Glock.
Yeah. Glock 21, Glock 40. 41 is the double stack one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the damn thing is heavy as I don't know what.
It's
You know what I'm
bulky
saying?
too. The
Yeah.
21 they came out with I think it was the first slim frame because it was G21 SF, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people thought it was like special forces. It wasn't. It's just slim frame. And
Right.
I think that one was I don't know
Yeah.
if it was single stack or not. I didn't
Yeah. It's
know
a
that one
Glock
too.
30, the compact design. Then you got the 36, another 45, to 6 rounders, you know, and they came out with plenty of 45s. The only reason I wanted the double stack because I was going to try to shoot it in competition until you realize how thick that grip is.
Right.
And it's like you can never get the same grip when you come off the rail off your holster because it's so big. It'll cause you to hesitate and get that grip up, and it's just too big, man. And the thing was like carrying on your hip. It was like carrying a laptop on your hip. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
like, that's too much, bro. You know, you had to go to the chiropractor every couple of every month. Get your
Dude,
back readjusted. You know.
there's more of these. Where I found that one. ATI makes one. A polymer frame, 1911. It has it's steel inside, I guess, or reinforced, and on the outside is polymer.
You might as well buy you a polymer AR lower. You know what I'm saying? And I know somebody who has one and the damn thing broke, you know what I'm saying? And it
Wow.
snapped in half. You know, and they wasn't even shooting it. They picked it up and the damn thing snapped in half.
No.
Yeah.
No,
So
no, no. I agree with you. I'm
yeah.
not disagreeing with you. I'm
So
saying no way.
you want to buy
I
that
would get a
polymer?
polymer frame.
Yeah. What's the price tag on it?
Hold on. Let me see. I left it because I started laughing too hard.
Probably
Let me see.
$279. Huh?
Let me see. $500.
Yeah.
$599 to be exact. $599.95.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm not doing that, bro. One of the things I have to see it first, and I definitely don't want to buy it first. I'd rather shoot it and then see, because
Well,
based upon the way it looks, it has the design of a 1911. It's not traditional 1911.
yeah.
And the
I'm not
last
buying
thing,
it.
one of the other things is that barrel bushing. A lot of people don't like the 1911 because of the barrel bushing. You don't always have to use a tool in order to remove the barrel, but it's easier when you do. And they made some of those, the Staccato and the Prodigy with the bull barrels in them, so that they don't have to use the barrel bushing.
Okay. Yeah, because your barrel bushing, if you didn't do it right, it flies across the room and you lose.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I said it. You can
Yeah.
take it out without a tool, but it's a little bit easier if you use the tool.
Yeah. Yeah. End up being across the room, you know, because the springs are so tight. You know, they got those 20-pound plus springs in there. You know what I'm saying? To get that quick action.
You gotta get
You know?
that heavy slide moving.
Get that heavy slide going back. So gotta really be careful. But the 1911 is king. You know, it'll still be here. It's not
I
going
think
anywhere.
it's definitely most aesthetic. It is very pleasing to the eye to me. I think gun people, when you look at a 1911, you see like a Mona Lisa. I mean that's a classic.
Okay. All right, I give you that. Yeah. I do want to shoot the 1911 in a competition. I do want to do that because I want to see how good I am with it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see what I can do with it. And you know, the gun is very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I just got to get used to the reloading of it because it's just a little bit slower than reloading a Glock.
You
You
using
know
a
what I'm saying?
Magwell or not Magwell?
Yeah, I got a Magwell on mine. I put one on it, and but it's still slower. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Yeah,
helps a little bit.
yeah. And I still got to look down and see it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because I find myself I miss, and you don't want to mess up those rounds in that magazine because you know they get up in there, and now you got a whole different problem. You know, so but shooting the gun is, I mean, I love it. I mean, especially at distance shooting 20 yards. I mean, that's a thumper. You know what I'm saying?
Big
So
holes too. You can't.
yeah.
You won't know. You won't have any problem saying this is my round or the next.
Oh no, you definitely won't have any problems doing that. And but it's just it's almost like shooting a 5.7. It's 47 cents a round. You know what I'm saying? It's expensive. You drop 2 bullets, that's $1.
That's it. That's it.
So yeah. And so you're looking at you're shooting 50 rounds, it's $25 right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 is a shot. So if you're shooting a match with that thing, you're shooting an average of 128 rounds. If it's a weekend match, so you know what I'm saying? About 60 something dollars.
That's when you
It's
get that
going
arm
right.
rolling.
Yeah. So yeah. Other than that, start reloading, you
Mhm.
know, and reload and making some rounds. So I haven't bought any projectiles for the 45 yet. I got dies for the 45s. I got brass. I got primers. I just don't have any bullets. I haven't bought any extreme bullets. Yeah. So, but I did make another big purchase with Extreme for some 9mm bullets, and I got too many of those. So my next purchase is probably going to be some 45. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some 38s too. You know, because I don't have any 38s. So bunch of bullets I need to buy. That's the next purchase. Hopefully I don't die too soon.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
There it is. There it is, bro.
Yeah.
We should come up with an ammo clause so that if one goes, then we pass the ammo to the next one so that way
Yes.
it could be
Yeah.
used properly.
That should be a clause. Yeah, we do that. Yeah. And put it in there and say, okay, this guy, he gets to take all the ammunition.
Exactly, because I can see it now. Family out in front of the house with a damn ammo sale.
Yeah.
Like
$2.
Oh no.
Trying to sell my Sega rifle for
Exactly.
$100. The guy's like, I give you $100 for it. Like,
Oh
what?
wow. Sure. Brand new $100 bill too.
Oh my God. Yeah, my wife keeps saying, go ahead and put everything on the spreadsheet and put the dates and stuff on it, but I don't want to do that because then she'll know what I got.
I thought you said you paid $200 for that.
Right.
This says $2,000.
Right. Why is it 3 spreadsheets?
Yeah.
Right. You said you didn't have that many.
You said you only had a few.
Right. That is a few.
This is a horde.
But it would help out if I pass away. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm put the name of the person she needs to contact, the number on the spreadsheet, and these are the prices, and that's you can help liquidate some of the firearms.
First off, they're gonna have to do a whole full sweep of your place. Get stuff in place. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Call me up. Hey man, guess what? I just found 8 rifles in my closet. We barely go in that room. Like what? 8 rifles. Like, and then we're gonna use those for the training rifles. And bro, wait a minute, stop. You said you found them in a closet. Yeah, we don't go out of the room that much.
Oh man. Yeah. Contact WK.
Exactly.
Right. It'd be a whole mess of people up there to be contacted, you know. So yeah, you got to think about that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good topic, bro. I was thinking about that right now. It's like, because a lot of guys have not only the wills, but they also have the one
Trust.
that you have, the trust. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sometimes that's necessary, and we don't think about those things until it is no time to think about it. It's over. And
right.
And the next group of people who come along, they have a hard time going through the government and probate in order to get property that was their loved ones.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yep.
And if you got a decision made before,
got any stamp stuff, it's gone. They coming to get it.
Yep.
The day you die, they be at your door.
Right. It's almost like they knew. How did they know?
As soon as that death certificate is published, they're coming. You know what I'm saying?
We're from the government. We're not here to help. Right.
We need to retrieve those rifles. And then you guys, that's a whole different subject, but we probably need to talk about it one of these days. So, and, but if that gun is all tricked out and got a lot of parts on it, remember, you can strip it down and just give them the barrel and the lower receiver. You know what I'm saying? And you can take the trigger and stuff out. They don't need all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
a lot of people don't know that.
Right. And because it's only described the barrel and the lower receiver. That's it.
Constitute the gun.
Right. And a lot of people will just give them the optics, and what they'll do, they either seize it and take it for their own and keep it and use it, or they'll strip some of the stuff off of it and keep it themselves and turn it in. You know what I'm saying? But it won't get destroyed.
No.
But
then again, you got some of these Dudley Do-Rights. I can see them, burning a $1,200 optic.
Yeah, we see it all the time. Guys putting $1,000, $1,400, $1,700. I've seen guys putting $1,700 optics on their guns, and their guns is worth $1,700. Dang it, defense. And so now their gun is a down payment for a car. And if they resell it, they're not getting that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nowhere near it.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching the show. And remember, write this date down. What was it?
April 21.
My God. Huh?
April 21.
April 21st is the next meet and greet we're having and it's going to be rifles only, and it's going to be a South River. It's a Sunday, and the round count is 300 rounds. Rifles, we're going to run those rifles like they're pistols. So if you guys got all those AR pistols and all that stuff, and you want to take it out there and break it in and see what you can do with it, this is the time to bring it. If you're new to the game, just bought something, you want to come out there and bring it. This is also going to be that for it too. So we'll announce this every show. And the cost is going to be still $30. And you guys going to come out there and have some fun. We're going to be out there all day from 10 to 5. So the dates are up. And also the dates are up for some of the next year's classes in 2024. So take advantage of that. And other than that, also Right to Bear. If you don't have any legal protection, you need to jump on it now. Use the code word SABER and you'll save you $2 a month. Also, we're still on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble and Kick. I ask you guys, please. I know you guys are watching the show because we see you guys watching the show. And I'm not talking about you guys are currently participating in the show right now. I'm talking about the future people who watch the show after we go off the air. Please like and give us a thumbs up on YouTube and Rumble. If you're on Rumble, please go to the 2 Alpha Talk channel and subscribe to the channel. And if you have comments, you want to share the show with your friends and loved ones and let them see what we're talking about, and let's grow this platform. We got 2024 coming up, and there's a lot getting ready to happen. We didn't even touch on some of the stuff that's happening.
We didn't do the politics today.
Huh? Yeah, we didn't do politics. And we'll probably talk about politics next week. That'll be Christmas Eve, right?
That's it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because that'll be our safety briefing weekend show. And other than that, we'll see you guys in the rain. What you got, Al?
Hey, protect the Second Amendment.
Yep. Love it. So hug it, kiss it, and enjoy it. We'll see you guys.